Cool. Yeah, I'm happy. I have basically, yeah, really overhauled, renovated this little trailer in some downtime I had in Holland, waiting in between appointments to renew bank cards, etc., etc. Yeah, so I'm pretty stoked. All the sites are new. It is from concrete form plywood. It's got some sort of a finish on it, and I bought it in Holland because it's about half the price of it here in France. So yeah, and I stuck all reflectors on and more hooks than I need, hopefully, to lash down cargo, and I'm pretty stoked actually. This was in the planning for a long time, doing up this little trailer, and finally it's done. Up to the next job. So, as you know, I've had a lot of time down because of some unfriendly people who broke into our camper van a few weeks back. Well, Nadia and I were asleep in it, and they took away all of our passes, IDs, credit card, bank cards. Let me unlock the door. And phone, my phone, and as I have all my passwords in iCloud and I open iCloud with my fingerprint, everything was lost. So I had no access to any of my passwords. Now I tell you, that's something I'm going to change. I've learned a few things. I've learned, for example, that I'm going to write down all my passwords somewhere on a piece of paper and put it in a safe. Also cash money, because we didn't have any access to cash money. The only money we had access to was the contactless payment via Nadia's phone. We had no bank cards, had no cash. My phone was gone, so luckily we had coins in the van to pay for the toll to drive back home, and there Nadia managed to transfer money into the bank account of Claude, one of our neighbors, and he took it out for us and we had cash money. This was a true disaster, and I've learned a lot from it. I've learned, yeah, that you gotta back up everything. You gotta make backups of backups, and also have paper hard copies of your bank cards, for example, because I couldn't even remember the account numbers I had. Anyhow, we're back on the job. Nadia is back at work in Spain, Palma de Mallorca, on her boat for the coming 2 months. and I'm gonna be here at home for the coming 2 months, and I'm going to hopefully make some progress. What am I gonna start with? We bought this thing. We bought this old second-hand vintage cabinet. Why? Because you see, our kitchen was just not large enough. You just missed some workspace, a worktop. Now we could go in that direction, but then where would we put our fridge? Not a good idea. So we decided we go in this direction. Also because I want to have this wall free. It's a really nice to keep this wall open and have a break between, say, the TV and the kitchen. So we bought this cabinet, and the top that's now on it, that's just a cut off piece from our kitchen worktop. If you remember correctly, I screwed up one kitchen counter, and yeah, so we got this piece spare, so I can use that to create a top on this cabinet. And then we need to make the cabinet a little bit to size. We gotta make arrangements for our gas tank to fit in, because we're cooking here on bottled propane. That's gotta go in, and I wanna change these ugly knobs. I don't like that. I don't like shiny stuff too much. Yeah, and maybe give it a little bit of a freshen up. That is one thing we're gonna do this week. And then I have another little project. I hope I can get to it. You see, Nadia wanted to have a rack to hang things from, hang her pots and all, and we couldn't find one, so she bought one online from a shop with a really beautiful catalog, and it looked all really, really good online and on photos. And then we got it, and it's just a freaking flimsy thing. I don't trust it. I don't trust those hooks. It's hanging from 2 points, so you always gotta balance the weight out. I really don't like it. This needs to be a lot more sturdy and real. This is not real. This is a gimmick. So Nadia doesn't want me to do it, but anyway, she's not here. I bought a nice big strip of stock iron, and I got rebar in the garden, and I'm dying to do something with metal. So hopefully I'm gonna reproduce this thing, and then a little bit larger and a lot more sturdy. And then what else? Oh yeah, we want to make a garden bench from an old poutre, an old oak beam that I have laying around, and we got lots of stuff to do. There's never an end to it, right? But anyway, let's just get started. Didn't I tell you a few episodes back how useful it is to maintain a pile of like loose bricks around the garden, because I can turn it into a barbecue, into an oven, into a smoker, a smokestack. Not anymore. It's all taken over by the chooks. Are you breeding an egg? I'm gonna bring you to the coop. Yeah, I'm gonna bring you to the coop, because this is very dangerous. Yeah, very dangerous. You might end up with a lot of kids. We don't want that, because we can't take care of them. Yeah, your sister is trying to lay an egg in the smoker. Let's get you out. Oh boy, what do I see there? What do I see there? Oh God. Kom er eens uit. Oh. Okay, forget everything I've just said. I'm going to do it totally different. It's beautiful weather the whole week. It's around 20 degrees. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's perfect working weather. So I have been to the Brico, to the DIY shop, and I have loaded up a lot of concrete blocks, parpangs, and concrete mix. And what I'm going to work on is the gate. I need to do a lot of concreting because the gate that we're gonna install is smaller than this one. So I'm gonna have to work on that wall and on this wall. And I will be working on a bench in the garden. And for that I need to do a lot of concrete work, and really looking forward to do that. So yeah, change of plan, as we do all the time. Ja, ik moet hier wel een beetje kunnen werken, hè? Hey, I need to work here, huh? Red? Ja, I need to work here. Ja. This is not a play dig. So normally when you build a wall out of these parpangs or cinder blocks, I guess they're called, you build them upside down. You see there's a flat bottom bit and a hollow inside. So what you do is when you have one laying here, you cover it with cement and you place this one on top. But what I've done is I've built them this way up because I want this side here to be super strong, because I'm going to attach the hinges to the steel gate here. The steel gate is heavy and there's quite a bit of force coming on this side of the wall. So what I've done is I have filled the cavities on this side, say like these, completely with concrete, and also I've stuck rebar through. I've drilled holes in the bottom and I've stuck rebar all the way down. Also what I've done is I have opened a few of these cavities on this side and then drilled steel rebar pegs into the existing wall, and they are anchored now in these parpangs also with concrete. So these things are heavy. So this side here is super strong, that's solid concrete, and this side is also solid concrete. These stones are all connected vertically, and these are connected horizontally every 4 blocks or so. So there's just no movement in this wall possible anymore. That's the reason why I build it like that. You use a lot more concrete, but yeah, it's worth it. Now, the reason why I built this wall and not that wall yet is because I want to install the gate first. Obviously I know the dimensions of the gate, so in theory I would know where this wall has got to sit, where it's got to end, because it's not going to be a full parpang 50 centimeters. It's going to be a bit shorter, so I'm going to have to cut them. But the subject here is to have the gate installed in the right position. So I want to have the gate first, and then I build the wall in accordance to where the gate sits, because it is really difficult and annoying work later on to make amendments to the wall that you've built. So yeah, I need to let this harden out, cure out at least a day more before I start fiddling around with the gate and the hinges. But in the meantime I can start trying to stick natural stones on this front side and see how that's gonna sit. Right, so the idea is that this oiled oak beam is gonna sit on that post and that post, and not only gonna sit there but also being anchored, connected to those posts. So what I am going to do is, first of all, I gotta cut the rebar that's sticking out. Gotta cut that flush. Then I am gonna roll this beam over so that I can work on the underside of the beam. This is where we're gonna sit. This is the upside. It's basically sitting right as how I want it to be, with this this opening forward, because it makes it look a bit characteristic. So I'm going to roll it over so that I have access to the bottom side. Then in the bottom side I'm going to drill some holes, stick rebar in those holes, exactly in the spots that are going to end up in these hollow posts. Then I am going to lift the beam up and place it on these temporary supports. Now, when the beam is on those temporary supports, I am going to fill the posts with concrete or cement, and then I'm going to lift this beam carefully onto those posts. I'm using a product, this glue mortar. It's actually for drywall. I bought this by accident a while back and started using it because I don't have any drywall, but I mixed it up and I found it to be extremely sticky. So and it works really well for a number of applications. And now I'm using it to just glue down natural stone against concrete. And it seems to work. I mean, gotta have a look and see if it's still there tomorrow morning. But so far, it works as a dream, and it's fairly inexpensive. Yeah. 25 kilo for 17 euros or so. Now and then when this is all set tomorrow, we can render over it and fill the joints, fill the gaps with I think I use a white cement mortar. Yeah, or should I use lime? I need to see what I have in stock. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I'm just gonna slap on mortar and then brush the excess away, as you've seen many times before, right? So you'll have to see, you'll get to see the surfaces of the stones, but not everywhere. But yeah, it's gonna be really cool. Yeah, I was really early up this morning, and today is one of those typical days that you say to yourself, let's just go and buy a really big compressor. Yeah, so I went to the Brico Depot, which is one of those little bit cheap-ish DIY stores, and I bought myself basically the biggest compressor they had, because I'm gonna apply render with this hopper gun. There's my new baby. I haven't got space for it, but yeah, for now she has to live here for a little while, because Nadia's not going to be happy with that one. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good investment, because eventually we want to render the entire house, right? All the exterior. So doing it by hand is just a lot of work. So I thought, you know, with the hopper gun, and I've seen it once on the street, and it seems to yeah, work quite well. Couldn't find much information online, but we're gonna give it a try with this little project, see how it pans out. So I tried to spray the render on, and that didn't really work as I planned it. I might have to look into the manual and read more about that, because it was just not working, at least not doing what I wanted it to do. So I'm just now smearing the render on with my hands, working it all in all the crevices. This is 3 parts sand, 1 part white cement. I'm using cement. There's no need to use lime, because, well, the bases are all concrete, so there's no point in using lime on concrete. And cement is just stronger in the end. Now we're going to let this cure. Not fully, but quite a bit, and then we'll go over it with a brush and a wire brush, so that we reveal the surfaces again of the stones, the natural stone, and all cavities in between them are filled. With what looks like a lime render. And then all the sand and dried cement that comes off when I brush the thing, we will just reuse again later on. Well, thank you very much for watching so far, and a massive thank you to the people below here who have supported us in our dark days with coffees. very much appreciated, and that's also why we can still keep this channel going. Really, this episode is becoming a really long one, so I decided to cut it here. I've taken up enough of your time. Next week you're gonna see a whole lot more. You're gonna see how we are building this here and how we're gonna finish it. It's not finished yet, but it will be next week. Yeah, it's going to be really exciting. I'm so incredibly stoked. It's just such an improvement. Anyway, taken up enough of your time, and see you next week. Bye now. Hey, I need to go and finish this video. I'm busy with the edit. I don't really have time to play with you right now. Hey, schatje. It's not going to be so hot today. That's nice. Yeah. Come, I'm gonna put you back in the garden, sweetie. Then I can go back to my editing. Yeah. Up okay. Good boy.